Welcome back, boys and girls. Today we're going to be comparing numbers. I'm going to be rolling my dice up here on my board, and together we're going to be writing them into these boxes to compare them, whether they are greater than, less than, or equal to. So I'm going to start with a couple 3-digit numbers, so going to the hundredths place, and then we're going to move on to a couple bigger numbers, getting into the thousands place. So let's go ahead and start with rolling these dice. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at that. So we have 332. We're going to write this number in our first box, so go ahead and do that along with me. 332. Now let's go back to our dice. We're going to generate our second number here. Ready? Say big money, no whammies. Stop. 356. So go ahead and write that number with me on your second box over here. 356. Now, let's compare these numbers. Let's start in our hundreds place. In our hundreds place, we have the number 3. And in our second number in our hundreds place, we have the number 3. Those are the same value in the hundreds place. So now we need to move on to our next place value to determine whether it's greater than or less than. In our first number, our second place value digit is a 3. So we have 3 tens. In our second number over here, we have a 5 in the tens place value. So which one, 3 or 5, is greater than? Right. The number 5 is greater than the number 3. So what we are going to do is make that alligator eat that bigger number. So go ahead and draw an alligator mouth open towards that second number. And if you want, you can draw those alligator teeth in there. And I want you to listen as I read this aloud, and then you're going to read it with me. 332 is less than 356. Read that with me. 332 is less than 356. Awesome job. Go ahead and erase your board. We're going to do one more 3-digit number, and then we'll move on to the thousands place value. All right, are you ready? Say, roll that dice. 1, 2, 3. 634. Let's write that in our first box over here. What was that number again? 634. You got that number in your first box? Let's go ahead and roll our dice up here for our second number. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3. 446. So again, let's write this number in our second box over here. Read it with me. 446. Great job. Now here comes the hard part. We have to compare these two numbers. Where do we start when we want to decide which number is greater than? Yes, we start in our hundreds place. This is got the biggest value, and so when we compare these 100 place values, we can determine which one is greater than or less than very quickly. So as you can see, in our first number, I have the number 6. And in our second number, I have the number 4. So is 600s greater than 4, less than 4, or are they equal? Right, 6 is greater than 4. So we are going to use that alligator mouth, open up and eat that first number. And again, and we read this number as 634 is greater than 446. Read it with me. 634 is greater than 446.